You ready? All right. So I'm going to share with you something that may change the way you see your animals forever. And one of the most important things is to understand that your bond with your animal isn't just emotional. It has a purpose. Because in so many of the sessions I've done, animals describe their condition with their human as a soul contract, a soul agreement. And it has very specific reasons that they are connected and in each other's life. If you've been struggling with guilt or grief or behavioral challenges or even illnesses with your animal, this may help you see things in a totally different light. Hi, my name is Dulcinea. I'm an animal communicator and I connected with animals both that are physically here and in spirit. I've been doing this now for a little over 11 years. And today I want to share with you 3 ways that you'll be able to recognize your animal's soul agreement and actually work with that so that you can feel them better and you can understand them better. So the first way that in your soul contract, how it shows up is through your core emotion. And this is something that most people don't even realize, that your animal soul agreement usually doesn't show up as the first sign. It shows up as an emotion that keeps repeating. And in sessions, I've often seen themes that come up again and again. For example, hi, yes, Trek is sitting with me. For example, guilt, anger, or feeling of abandonment or regret. And when we gently look at those emotions, we usually find something deeper underneath. And it's based on a belief, specifically a fear-based belief, a belief like, I should have done more, or I failed them, or I don't trust my life, or I'm not good enough. Because those emotions that are coming up, it's not punishment. They're actually pointing you toward a place that's ready to heal. So that was the first one. The second one is the contract can create literally a before and after version of you. And one way you'll know it's a soul agreement is there's a before and after version of you. So before them, you were one version of yourself. And then something in you changed. I remember when Serena came into my life over 20 years ago, now 21 years ago. She was this little tiny black and white kitten, but her presence was so massive. And she came into my life at a time when I had such self-doubt and I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in my own worth. And she didn't teach me through words, but she taught me through presence, through unconditional love, through simply being my true self. And over time, something inside of me softened. I started paying attention. I began to see myself differently. And that's the signature of a soul contract with your animal. So your animal's love becomes the environment where you remember and awaken to your true self. The third way is that the soul contract includes some really hard stuff. And here's the part that sometimes it's hard to hear, but it's very freeing when you understand it. Sometimes the soul agreement includes illness, disabled, meaning becoming disabled, or maybe you're already disabled and you're actually addressing the trauma behind it, or any other type of trauma, history around the trauma, or behavioral challenges, or even a shorter life than we had hoped for with our fur babies. And none of this is punishment. It's not because you did something wrong, but because those experiences can open up your heart, slow us down, and bring us into the present in a way nothing else can. And there's something very important to understand about this, and that's your healing. You don't heal from somebody else doing it to you. You heal in your own frequency, in a calm, safe, loving space that you're creating, and or that you feel comfortable coming into and saying yes to, like a cat on your lap, for example, and they're purring, or your dog sitting next to you and his paw is on your arm and you can just feel his breathing, his heart beating, and you're saying yes to that. It's when you open up your frequency and say yes to, you're matching your frequency to that frequency. That's how healing happens. And there's no resistance. Do this. I want you to try this. It's very simple. Just take a quiet moment after this video or later today and just think of your animal, whether they're physically with you or in spirit, and just gently ask, what have you been trying to help me heal or understand? Now, don't force the answer. Just notice what comes first: a word, a feeling, a memory, an image. Because that first impression is often your intuition speaking before the mind begins to analyze it. And if your animal's in spirit, the soul agreement doesn't mean there's an ending to your connection. Quite the contrary, because love doesn't end at the moment of physical death. So they may come through as a dream, a feeling of their presence, a memory that suddenly hits you and it's very vivid, or signs that come when you need the comfort the most, because that connection with them continues just in a different form, but with the same frequency, with the same unconditional love. And our animals, they don't come into our lives by accident. They come and walk beside us to help us grow, help us heal, and often help us remember who we truly are. So if this message is landing for you right here and you feel like your animal is calling you deeper and into your own healing and you don't want to do it alone, I offer coaching and mentoring for animal lovers who want to really understand their animals and their soul agreements, as well as release any fear-based beliefs like guilt, abandonment, anger, frustration, and learn how to move forward connected with them even deeper. So if this feels right for you, feel free to fill out my coaching form. I'll put the link below this video. And remember, your animal is always guiding you. You are always connected and love never ends. So thank you for watching and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.